Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. But first and foremost, before I start my prayer, I just wanted to take the time to, in my own way, individually thank all 39 of my subscribers because I truly appreciate you. And I'm gonna always keep saying it, whether it's two of you guys, or it's 2 million, or it's 200 million. I am never going to stop praying for every person that's a subscriber, for all the people that take the time to, hit the like button. I appreciate you. I'm so excited that 39 people actually want to listen to me. So listen, I'm going to always just keep you in my prayers. I'm going to always uplift you to God because I feel like I'm very new to, tarot and to reading. I didn't honestly, I didn't want to do this. I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you. When God was like, "I this is the gift. I want you to use it," and I was like, "What? No, In my head, but I was like, "Okay, yes, Lord," because I live my life to be obedient to God at all times. Because I know what life is like when you're not obedient to God. I have too many examples around me for that to, for me to see the outcome of what happens when you are not obedient to God, and the times that I wasn't obedient to God, and I walked myself right into trouble. So I thank you guys because this is not easy to put myself out on camera, to come before you guys and talk and channel and show, my personality, in the sense that I'm a very kind of behind the scenes person. It doesn't seem that way to people, but my friends who and family who know me know I'm a very introverted extrovert. Meaning when I'm out or I'm around people, I can be very lively, but I don't lead with that all the time. That's kind of once I'm out, I'm out, and I can rally the troops and be, outgoing and engaging. But on a day to day, I'm really very like a homebody. I spend a lot of time to myself, rightfully so, because it keeps me peaceful. It keeps me in my, zen, you know, little bubble. But this has been new for me, and I've been loving it. I have to admit, I've been talking to God about it. I'm really shocked that I've been enjoying this. And you subscribers and you likers and you viewers, you make it easier, honestly. And I just want to always take the time to tell you thank you. And you are greatly appreciated. So, like I said, you stay on my prayer list, all my subscribers. I don't know you personally or individually, but just know that there's somebody praying for you and wishing the very best that God has to offer for you. So that's my spill for today. So I'm going to start with the prayer, and then we're going to do our subconscious cards, and then we're going to jump right into the reading. Almighty God, I ask that you bless this reading. Allow me to be a clear portal and a clear channel for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this video. You know who they are, where they are on their journey, and what they need. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy, negative entities, dark magic, spell work, evil eye, anything that is not of the highest vibrational frequency of the Almighty. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, so the subconscious cards can be past or present. He or she, it's the subconscious things that the person either has addressed or needs to address. So, address the wound of broken trust. Experiencing a significant breach of trust, leading to difficulty in forming new relationships or reconnecting with a higher power or community. Ooh, that's a tough one. Take this one. Needing to heal a neglect wound. Feelings of abandonment, unworthiness, and a deep sense of emptiness, often resulting in difficulty forming healthy attachments, self neglect, and a pervasive fear of rejection or abandonment. Whew, that's another tough one. Needing to address divine guidance deficit, absence or perceived absence of spiritual direction or support from higher sources, resulting in feelings of uncertainty, aimlessness, or disconnection from one's spiritual path or life purpose. Dealing with chronic guilt and shame, lingering feelings of guilt or shame that hinder personal growth and self acceptance. Okay, and then we're just going to get a couple more, and then that will be our subconscious cards. Address wound from gossip and slander, unfairly and unjustly damaging a person's reputation without their knowledge or consent with untruths or made up stories. Last but not least, needing to correct energy imbalances. Disruptions in the flow of energy through the body, often associated with various energy systems such as Qi or Prana. So these are some pretty profound subconscious wounds here. Alright, so now let's get our conscious stuff. Let's find out what's going on. I'm gonna shuffle this, and I have to always do this in sections because this is a big deck of cards. Oh, yeah, well, we're not taking all of that. We will take these ones on top, though. And now, promiscuous and divine calling. Oh boy, let's see what we about to get into here. These two are very different, two different, very different cards here. Escapism. Okay. Thank y'all for bearing with me here. All right, let's see what we got here. Scratching post. Ooh. Multiple babies. Differences. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, what we got here? Ponzi scheme. Canceled. Serendipitous. This reading is for the masculine energy. Ooh, boy. Okay, let's just start pulling. Emotional intelligence. Loaded. Ripple effect. I'm going to pull just a few more cards because I already kind of got the picture here, but I want to get a little bit more details before I really jump in. And party animal. Hot and cold. Oof. Yikes. Childhood issues. Legal matters. Caught in the act. Accusatory. Okay. Ooh. Listen, y'all. This masculine energy has a lot going on here. This is somebody who is very promiscuous. Very. I know it's a woman on here, but this applies regardless of the sex. Like, honestly, F boy. Yeah. This is somebody definitely in that kind of energy, F boy energy, which is really kind of tragic because this person actually has a divine calling on their life, one that they've been running from. They literally have been running from their divine calling. They don't want to grow up because they're a Toys R Us kid. This is somebody that is, they into so much stuff. It's just crazy. They literally have been, they've been hoeing themselves out. They've been a scratching post. They've been a scratching post. And they've been scratching a lot. Them, this person stays itching for a scratching. And I feel like they're itching in other ways too that are not so pleasant. Jesus. This is somebody with children, plural, not singular, plural children. That I'm not saying they're not taking care of them, but it's a lot of children out here that belong to him, known and unknown. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Whew, y'all, listen. This person, unfortunately, this is the part where, like, really, like, I just want to, like, kick whoever this person is. This is somebody that is very emotionally intelligent, like, very emotionally intelligent. They're very good. They're very good at reading people's energy. They're very attuned to things. But the problem is they're using it in the wrong way. They're using their emotional intelligence, which is a gift from the divine. Like, let's be honest. Like, I need to reiterate that emotional intelligence is a gift from the divine, and you're meant to use it to help people, to basically be aware of what other people are feeling, and that way you are able to connect with them in a way that is, heart centered. Yeah, this person is using it as part of their promise promiscuity. They're basically using it to finesse women out of their panties. This is somebody that, like I said, they have a divine calling. And as a result, God is sitting them down because they've been out here wilding out. This is somebody, like I said, they got multiple children. It is multiple. Like, I feel it very clearly. This is somebody that is the life of the party. They're a social butterfly. They're at all the events. They know all the people, and they're probably sleeping with most of them. This is somebody who has never been committal. Never. Like, they would like to think that they are the kind of person that they just, like, I just need to be the right person. Like, I feel like this is the kind of guy that says that, like, I just haven't met the right one. When the reality is they've met several of the right ones. They're just non-committal. And even more so, it's them. It's not the other people. They're just not the, in their mind, they're not the settle down type. But really what it is they haven't um they haven't healed their inner Jezebel. This person is definitely has a Jezebel entity on them. Because when I say Jezebel, I mean, like, yeah, like we think of Jezebel as the woman, but there's a lot of men with a Jezebel energy on them as well. It's the same energy. It just presents a little not that much different in the men. It's just a matter of the physical anatomy. But yeah, they behave in the same way as the female Jezebels. Manipulative, controlling, um, just very sexually active and sexually aggressive. And there's nothing wrong with being in touch with your sexuality. You should be in touch with your sexuality, but you should not be combining your energy with all of these people because you're mixing soul energy and it's very poor spiritual hygiene. Not trying to judge you and shame you, but if you are mixing with a lot of people, you are swapping a lot of energies and a lot of entities. This is somebody that they're very hot and cold when they are in relations or relationships and connections with people. If they start feeling like the relationships getting too hot and heavy, they're out of there. This is somebody who is, in a lot of ways, they're a con artist. They're always into some kind of, get rich scheme. They're always looking for a come up. They're always trying to find some way to make wealth. I feel like all of those kind of like, oh, be a Bitcoin trader, be a like, I'm going to show you how to invest this money in the FX and we're going to flip it. Like, this is a person that's always into some kind of crazy Ponzi scheme. Like, I mean, there's a reason why the term Ponzi scheme was created. Like, this person has a knack for getting involved into those kind of like ventures because they're always looking for a get rich situation. This is somebody that's currently dealing with legal matters, spiritually and in the 3D. Yeah. They're in legal matters because this person's running from their divine calling. They're running from their spiritual awakening. They're running from doing work on themselves. And honestly, I'll come to that in a minute because I'll say that part for last. This is somebody who is crazy, but I gotta say it. This is somebody that recently was dabbling and dealing with a married woman, and I feel like this person barely escaped with their life because they were caught in the act by the husband. This is wild, but I got like I literally feel like this person was trying to get out of a window, and a husband saw him coming out of a window. Yeah, this like yeah. Oof, man. This is somebody. I mean, there's so much here. This is so much. This is somebody with a lot of childhood issues, childhood wounds. This is somebody that is like they enjoy a lavish lifestyle. Like I said, this is somebody that's always in to some kind of get rich scheme, some kind of Ponzi situation, some kind of, invest your money here and we're gonna quadruple it in 2 months or something ridiculous. But really, honestly, it just gives scammer. This person's a bit of a scammer in every sense. They're a romantic scammer and they're a financial scammer. But right now, this person, crows are coming home to roost. The divine has pulled the rug from underneath them. This is somebody that's currently having to hit rock bottom. They're being exposed. They're going through basically what I'm hearing is a what I call a version of a public flogging. I feel like this connection with this married woman, this affair with this married woman and this husband has led to like a public outing where this person has been publicly outed and the people that they were hobnobbing with and the circles that they were running in because I feel like this couple belonged to that circle. And so once the you know married hookup thing came out, this person basically got canceled out of that group. And this was the group of the affluent people, the well-to-do, the ones that knew all the connections, the ones that, really were movers and shakers. The group he really wanted to be in, these people, this wife was part of that group. This wife or that husband was part of that group. And this person is currently, like I said, it's a bit of a public flogging. All of their stuff is out. And as a result, this masculine has been exposed as well. And let's just say they're not taking it well. But it was actually divinely guided to come out that way because God was a little tired of this person. That's why I had to wait to say that part because I was like, look, look, really? Um, Here's the thing about having a divine calling, being anointed, being called for a divine purpose. Because we really like to think that we're just here to do whatever we want to, that we get to be party animals and we get to be the life of parties and do all like that's, I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that at all. But that's not all we're here to do. And most importantly, God is in control. And when He sends you here and you have a calling on your life, you have to complete that mission. You signed up for it. Like, this is the part where people don't understand. Like, you signed a soul contract with God and said, okay, I'm going to come down here into this life and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. That's part of why you're here. Like, we're all here for a purpose, we're all here for a reason. And this person signed that agreement and came down here, and then, we get here and we forget about that agreement because that's part of our awakening process. And then we wake up to, the divine agreements, all of the who we are spiritually, and then we step into that birthright, that spiritual birthright. This person has been literally trying to run from it. And I feel like whoever this masculine energy is, at this point, he's aware that there's a calling, but he's still just been kicking against the pricks. He is basically going through what I always love to call the road to Damascus experience that Saul went through before he became Paul. This person is going through a road of Damascus experience. Because this person, like I said, they're kicking and screaming, trying to run from the divine calling, and God is like, "No, sir, you signed this agreement." Like I said, this is somebody whose life is just literally being exposed in ways that they never thought. It's creating a profound ripple effect in their life. They are in a whirlpool of karmic, like debt, karma. Um, I feel like all of their things are catching up to them all at once. This is somebody that, but the reason why they're feeling like they're running from their calling is because they feel like they feel so different from, like, what I'm hearing very clearly is like, I don't want to be one of those Bible thumpers. I don't want to be one of those people. Like, that's not me. Like, this is that lifestyle's too different from who I am. Here's the thing. Not all divine callings are for people to be preachers and Bible thumpers. No. Like, this is what this person is not wanting to understand about this is that having a calling does not mean you're meant to be a preacher. You could be called to do anything in the kingdom of God. Literally anything. But this is somebody who is currently, like I said, they're looking to point fingers. And right now, this person is very finger pointing at God. Like, oh, if I didn't have this divine calling on my life, I could just live my life how I want to. But this person has a divine calling and they're meant to live their life how God called them to live it. This is somebody that feels like they were a late bloomer, or and they feel like they're a late bloomer, at least to spirituality and growing. But they're this ego death is coming whether this person wants it or not. Like late to spirituality, late to doing their self work. They're getting a crash course as we speak. Because, like I said, this was such an embarrassing. I feel like this person has been able to kind of finesse people and move a certain way for a very long time. And so they just assumed that they would continue to be able to do this. But, like, given our current spiritual reality, everything that's done in the dark is coming to light. All karmic debts are being, like, God's pulling those, like, God is pulling the tabs for all karmic debt. So it is, people are getting their karmic debt. Like, we're watching it play out in real time. We're watching celebrities, we're watching people in, professional, sports, and people in political arenas, people in high positions are being exposed, and their karma's catching up with them. Basically, everybody's karma is catching up with them, and everybody is seeing very clearly who has a lot of karma and who doesn't. So this person feels like I said, they feel like this is unjust, that they should have to be dealing with this level of public embarrassment, and their life is basically feeling ruined. All that spending and partying and hooking up that this person did is catching up to them. Like I said, this person's in a lot of legal issues, and I think it stems from these multiple children that this person has, public and hidden. This person is also facing legal troubles because they've been emotionally manipulative and use their emotional intelligence to basically um, trick people out of things, their time, their energy, their emotions, their money. This is giving playboy. Like, this is somebody that's been living a playboy lifestyle, a bit of a gigolo lifestyle, because I feel like along with these Ponzi schemes and these money schemes, this is somebody that also has been, like I say, using their body with wealthy women and maybe some wealthy men as well. They've basically been, you know, selling themselves for the highest to the highest bidder. And that's not gonna work when you have a divine calling on your life. Wow. This is an interesting read. Was not expecting this to just jump right on out. And the sad part is a lot of this is somebody, and I have to say it. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm telling somebody business here. This masculine energy was SA'd as a child. That's part of the childhood issues. And that's a big reason why this person is so promiscuous. And like I said, this is somebody that has been running and hiding from that. And I feel like very clearly that now that they're sitting in this kind of low level depression, because this person is literally having an existential crisis. Their masks are falling off. They've been exposed. They got exposed in a major way with this couple because the husband literally wanted to murder this person. And now they're literally just at the start of their come to Jesus moment, 6:06 on the timer. I'm trying to say all of this delicately, like, because, like I said, I feel like I'm telling this person's business about their childhood wounding, but, like, I feel like it really explains a lot of what we're seeing here, at least what I'm seeing here with this person just does not love themselves, and it started in their childhood because, like I said, they were they were SA'd as a child in a way that was like it caused some kind of, excuse me, it caused some kind of like wounding and some deep guilt and shame that just took hold when they were a kid, and it's just grown to epic proportions. So that's why I said this kind of affair coming out was actually what this person needed to finally kind of hit a rock bottom. Because like I said, this person was so caught up in this party lifestyle and this, you know, basically selling themselves to the highest bidder because they wanted to live a certain lifestyle, they wanted to be perceived a certain way, and it's just caught up with them. But it was what they needed because they weren't, otherwise they would have kept running from themselves. They would have kept running from their divine calling, but most importantly, they wouldn't have never healed. This person had no plans of healing. This is why this person is really struggling, feeling like they're in this late bloomer energy, because now that they're all of that wounding and stuff that was down deep, buried, that they just didn't want to deal with, now that that stuff is coming out, it's rough for this person right now. And my heart goes out to them because like it's sad to see this, because like I said, I don't feel like this is necessarily a bad person. They just have been doing what they've been doing because they've just been profoundly hurt, and they haven't wanted to be in touch with who they really were, because they have felt like who they really were just profoundly broken and unlovable and unworthy because of what they went through. And unfortunately, that's a tough place to be in, because just because bad things happen to you doesn't mean you're an unworthy or unworthwhile or unlovable person. It just means that you were victimized. But if you don't heal, what you do is you wind up re-victimizing yourself in your life. And this person has done this. I mean, they didn't see it that way, but like I said, when you're promiscuous, you're literally mixing your spiritual energy with all types of entities. And whatever entities those people have been dealing with, you've been mixing with those entities as well. And like I said, this is somebody who definitely had a Jezebel spirit attached to them. Like, it was really driving them. And God had to break that off of this person. Because, like I said, that wounding started when they were a child, and it took hold of them, and they literally, like, they just leaned right on into it. And they just felt like that's who they were supposed to be because this is what happened to them. And God wanted this person to know this is the furthest from the truth. So God is like, I have a amazing calling for you, the one you signed up for, and I gotta clean you up. So this person is literally in spiritual clinic, like it's the best way. Like they're at a spiritual hospital, and God is cleaning this person up because they have a great work to do. And I thought like all of this is like very interesting because like I said, I've never seen a read like this. But yeah, like even in all of this, God was like, no, like I know what I called you for. You are a worthwhile person. You have an amazing gift. You have amazing gifts. Like I say, whoever this person is, this masculine energy, I'm gonna call you a divine masculine in training. Like I said, you have a very high emotional IQ. You're very in tune. That's part of your intuition. That's part of um, your third eye frequency. But I can tell you, once you heal and clean all this stuff up, that is gonna increase rapidly. But for now, this person has to kind of like go through all of the karmic debt that they've created with all of this, like, not healing when they were, and then being caught up in a certain kind of lifestyle. So that's what this person's going through right now. Yeah, this is somebody that they were simping. Like, But I feel like they were also allowing it only on the reverse side. Like I said, this is somebody that was like very much doing too much, but like really just doing too much in all of their excess and allowing themselves to be, like people were kind of, like I said, they were fundraising their lifestyle by being a sugar baby to, wealthy women or wealthy men, even maybe. Take it how it resonate. Unfortunately, though, they milked it dry when they got into the situation with, like I said, with this wife and got caught by the husband. This is really interesting. I'm gonna get a couple more cards and then we're gonna end this because I'm like, I'm not sure what to say to this fella. Other than, I mean, healing is tough, but is something we just got to do it. We got to heal. We got to go through the healing work. Like I said, I don't feel like this person is a bad person per se. They just kind of was a product of their environment, and they were just broken, and it started in their childhood, and they just leaned into it. They just kept it going because they on a lot of levels, this person's self-esteem and their self-worth has been non-existent. Hmm. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So this is somebody, since this kind of like public embarrassment and all of like their truth coming out. This is somebody that's kind of been in hermit mode. They've been stuff like they've just been to themselves and they're on their own, but this is probably the first time this person has ever been on their own and that they've ever like not been surrounded by a gazillion people who were just kind of pumping them up or propping them up and keeping them, their energies up so that they felt confident and they felt like that they could put on this mask of being like this party animal guy who is just charming and like, but it was all an image. It was all a mask. Because like I said, underneath is somebody that was deeply hurting, somebody that just kept tapping all of that down because they didn't even know where to start to unpack all of that trauma that they went through. But this is somebody, like I said, they're finally on their own. They're finally starting to do the work. But like, this is probably the first time this person has not been reliant upon people. But that was because God had to strip them of all of their coping mechanisms, all of the people that they were using as crutches, all of their vices. And so now this person is finally, like, kind of like the feeling of it is like becoming sober, I guess is the way. And I have no experience with like um, going through some kind of like treatment program in that sense, but I have been addicted to toxic relationships in the past. So I'm gonna just use that like where it's still the same thing. Whatever addiction it is like that moment of when you are hit your rock bottom and now you're like kind of coming out of the binge or the stupor or the high or whatever it is, and you're finally kind of seeing things clearly and you're off to yourself and God is talking to you and you're seeing all of that trauma for why you were in that situation, what drew you to those situations or those people or that substance or that alcohol or whatever it is that the food, whatever it is that you use as an addiction. When you start getting those moments of clarity and you start like really understanding your patterns and you're able to see yourself, there is such a beautiful place of freedom. And I feel like that's where this person is now. they're in a beautiful place of freedom. That's why this card really is resonating with me, because like this background and this person, so like serenity, like this person, I feel like they're in, maybe even going through like some treatment programs or something like that, where I feel like this person is very much like just finally for once they're seeing themselves without all of the mask and all of the, substances and the people and the glitz and the glamour, and they're finally starting to realize like there might be somebody worthwhile inside there. So I feel like that's the hopeful part of this reading, is that this person is finally starting to get clarity. They're finally starting to see maybe they're not this wounded, broken person that they just thought they were from childhood, and that all of this, being promiscuous and, trying to escape themselves by drinking and drugging and partying and sexing, that now they're finally realizing, like, wait a minute, I think I might actually be ready to do the work. So I feel like whoever this is, congratulations. I'm sorry you had to come to it in such a horrific way. But I mean, sometimes God has to do that for us, because sometimes we're just our own worst enemy. And as they say, people don't grow in places where they're comfortable. So God has to make us uncomfortable so that we can grow. And I feel like this uncomfortableness and this exposure, this kind of public flogging and shaming that you went through, it was hard in a sense that it kills the ego. Like you instant ego death. Like that's like mortification, public shaming. But now you're finally able to start the work, the real work of like really healing yourself. And so, like I said, I'm sorry it had to come about in this kind of way, but it's a blessing in disguise, because I feel like now you can finally heal and you can finally get to meet the real you. But that's the message. Be blessed.